Welcome to Park City Television's Mountain Weekend Show. I'm Chelsea Haviland. Today I'm visiting a homegrown Utah business right here in Linden, 4 Chairs Furniture. Owner and award-winning designer Lindy Allen will show us how to give your home a unique, fresh, and stylish new look. That's what's coming up next on the Mountain Weekend Show. You are back on Park City Television's Mountain Weekend Show. I'm joined by the owner of 4 Chairs Furniture, Lindy Allen. Lindy, thank you for having us here today. I'm so excited to learn more about ways that I can update my own home. You have so many excellent, unique tips here. So thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. We're just excited that you're here.
Wonderful.
We love giving the design tips and having the information people are really searching for. They love for their house to look good. 4 Chairs, really, we opened with a vision of being able to provide people with exactly what they're wanting. It's a different experience than you get, I think, in the marketplace today. You get to pick your pieces, you get to pick your colors, and you get to put your room together exactly how you want it without having to give in to anything. Well, I really wanted that blue, but it's red, and that's just what we're going to work around. So we really opened with that kind of vision of just being able to give people exactly what they want.
Wonderful. And in terms of the evolution of your company, you've been around for about 10 years now. What are some of the changes that you've seen over the years in terms of the products and merchandise that you sell?
You know, we started with just unfinished wood. We just would paint and take dressers that came to us ready to finish, and we would paint them for people, and that's how we opened. We opened with a sea of unfinished wood. I tell people, with a little bit of furniture and a lot of lost sleep. That's how we opened. And from there, we just grew. We went towards some rugs and some accessories, and we brought in sofas. And really, it was the frustration that I felt in having my own home and wanting certain things for it. I wanted couches that were colorful. I wanted to be able to have chairs that were fun patterns
that
and fun
fit your
styles.
personality.
And,
That's something you
and
wanted.
I couldn't find it. And so I would actually just go out and bring in what I wanted to find for myself. And that's kind of how we evolved. In doing my own home, I just would get to these stumbling blocks, and I would think, well, I better do something. So I would bring in different things, different elements of home design until we were a complete furniture and accessory store. Once we hit that point, we went into full service design. So it has been a really fun evolution, really.
Lindy, you offer a lot of excellent design services. Let's go into the details of how your services work.
So we do a lot of different aspects of design. And again, in our design, our vision is to give people exactly what they want. We want them to feel comfortable being able to get what they want. We want them to feel happy with the quality of service that they receive. But we also want them to feel like they don't have to have us do more or less than what they really want us to do. We really tailor it to exactly what our client wants. We'd start off with in-home design services. So we will go to people's homes that have an existing home that want to fix something or change a room or add furniture to a room, and we will help them lay it out. We take measurements and give color advice while we're there, and then we come back and footprint it and help people put exactly what would look great in that room together. Then another thing we do is online design. So people will see our designs online, and they live far away from us. So as long as we can be provided with measurements, we can again footprint their room, and then we just ship them the furniture together with accessories. And
you really simplify it for every client.
It makes it really easy. So aside from that, we then do from the ground up building design. So everything is involved with that, from plan conception to laying out where you want your light fixtures, how you want your tile. It's a big selection process.
There's a lot of decisions that go along the way in creating that or presenting that space in your home in a way that you want. And you guys, like I said, simplify that.
And it gets really overwhelming. People get like, you know what? I don't know what tile I want in that bathroom, so I'm just going to pick the same tile in every bathroom. And that's a mistake. You really can have it be awesome and very custom. It's easy to work with somebody that has done it a million times, that knows where to shop, and you know, it makes it simple.
Well, Lindy, you're going to take us through a couple of different rooms. We have a dining room, bedroom, and also a living room. Lindy will show us all the different elements that you can add: patterns, colors, lighting, accessories, and furniture. All that's coming up after this quick commercial break. I believe we're starting with the dining room.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Mountain Weekend Show. We are talking design tips, and we are kicking things off with dining rooms. This is a spectacular setting, Lindy. I love the color combos you've got going on here, but we're talking about the actual furniture, the tables. You guys have all solid wood tables, right?
We do. We only offer solid wood tables. It's a quality that we will not give on, not ever. We love our dining room tables and chair sets are really a 4Chairs signature item. It is what we opened doing and loving, and it's something that we have grown with, and just we love to do the dining room tables and chairs. In Utah, we do a lot of big dining room tables and chairs so that you can seat a lot of people. We have a lot of big families, a lot of family gathering type situations, and so we do a lot of our large tables.
Yeah, you have unlimited options when it comes to sizes. Let's go through a couple of those. This is kind of a larger, I guess, would you call this a rectangle?
So this is
square?
a rectangle when all the leaves are in. It actually
Okay.
shrinks down to be a 60 by 60 square.
Great.
It's a very popular table. You can seat 8 people at it. A great thing about a square table is that you can see 8 people around it and have a conversation that is all central around, instead of having 2 people on the opposite ends of the room. But when you're laying out a dining room, really the way your house is built is usually for a certain kind of table. And so we usually footprint that for you and make sure that your room lends to having a round table or a square table or a rectangular table. So those are all things that we can help you with as far as design goes.
Lindy, how important is that? I mean, you bring up the idea that some homes fit certain styles, types, and shapes of tables or of dining tables. How important is it to get a good match with that?
You know, you kind of have to get a good match. If you have a long rectangular dining room and you put a tiny circle in it, you have a lot of space. That space is hard to use. So unless you have a wall or something where you can put a little sitting area, your table's always going to look really small, and you're not ever going to be able to have as many people over, things like that. So a lot of tables that we do have the ability to shrink or extend. And so you can have it be smaller if, say, you're an empty nester and you just have a couple of you there, or you can have it really big. It fits Thanksgiving dinner at your table and you're deciding to have everybody over. So there's a lot of options as far as that goes. The leaves are all cut out of one solid piece of wood, and so you get the quality of a continuous table even when you have the leaves that you can put in and out.
Lindy, let's go over the chairs that we have here. I like the combination, the way you've partnered the white, or kind of the off-white, with this lovely teal color. Tell me about how you go about making those decisions.
So mismatching chairs is, again, a 4Chair signature. We love to do it. We love to help people do it in their homes. It just gives it a little bit more of a warm, friendly family feeling. Here we've paired it with our leather side chairs and some wood side chairs. You can do that. We do a set a lot where we'll do the same chair, all different colors. Another option that we've done a lot of is all different chairs, all painted the same color. We do that a lot in white, so we'll take a lot of different, it's just an eclectic, fun, kind of gives you that down-home mountain feel a little bit.
It's kind of a different feel. You wouldn't quite expect that, but when you see it together, it just works. It matches
just works.
together.
People just fall in love, and it's an easy thing to fall in love with. So another thing on our tables is that you get to choose the color, and that's such a big decision when you're looking at your kitchen. A lot of kitchens will have a wood floor and wood cabinets and kind of a darker countertop, and you want to get something that contrasts, that doesn't add to that sea of wood feeling that you have in your house. There's a couple different things you can do to pop your table off your floor, and one of them is to put a rug underneath it. Another one is to color your rug in a contrasting color, not the same color as your cabinets. Say you have a lighter cabinet with dark knots, do your table in a dark color, and that will really, it will pop your table. You'll be able to see it and love it, and it'll look like you meant to do it. So that's one thing that 4Chairs really offers, is the ability to make your table exactly the way you want it.
Very good. Well, we're going to take a look over at one of these settings that you mentioned with the rug underneath and talk more about patterns and colors and how you can make that perfect match with your dining table and a great rug. Lindy and I have now gone over to another dining room setup, and it's so fascinating to see the huge differences between the colors, the patterns, and everything from the different types of wood, even the settings. But what makes this one different is that there's a rug. And we're talking about rugs now, what makes them really add to a table and a dining room.
Right, so some people are really afraid of putting a rug under their dining room table, when really it is one of the best ideas you could possibly have. It will save your wood floor. It will pop up your dining room table. So here we've used a very neutral rug over a very neutral table, which is a fun look. It's very soft, it's very inviting, very relaxing. We could take this same table and put a red and white chevron striped rug under it, and it would look great. I mean, it would just fancy it up a little bit. You can really change the ambiance of your room by changing your rug. Again, leading people to how to choose a rug. You just choose what you love. You've got to pick something that you want, a color that you want to pop, whether it be blue, red, green, gold.
Wendy, tell me about some of the patterns and colors that you have in rugs. Just like with pillows and everything you have, you're very customizable to the client.
So we have everything in rugs, from solid rugs to floral rugs to woven rugs. The flat weave rugs are very, very popular right now. We see a lot of those. They come in stripes, they come in a chevron, they come in a zigzag pattern, they come in all the fun geometric prints that we're seeing in the fashion industry right now. So we have them up online. We have a great selection of rugs online. It's very easy to order our rugs online. If you go to 4-chairs.com and order a rug, it's free shipping. So it's kind of like a no-brainer, really.
I know. Go get a rug, guys. Sounds
Yep.
great. So when you take a look at this dining room setting, you can't help but notice the awesome dining room furniture that also really adds to the rug and the table setting. Tell me about what we've got behind us.
Yep, the completer pieces really accentuate the furniture, and then too, they complete the room. So they function in a couple of different ways. Here we have a mirrored buffet table. We love to use the mirrored for a dining room just because you can set wet glasses on it or wet pitchers on it, and it's not going to mark up like a wood piece would. We use the mirrored pieces in a lot of different settings, even as nightstands in a bedroom, for the same reason. You can put your glass of water on them, they're not going to hurt. So that's a really fun piece to use in a dining room. Another piece we have here, we have shown a corner display cabinet. You actually can use this cabinet again in different settings. What we've done here is customize the paint. So we painted the inside of the cabinet white while painting the outside of the cabinet black. It keeps it neutral, but it also makes it so whatever you put inside the cabinet really pops in color. If you put red and green dishes in there for Christmas time, you're really going to see them against the white, where if you put them in the same cabinet and the background is painted black, it just doesn't show them as well.
You don't get that same effect in any way close at all.
You really don't see it as well. So that cabinet has been a really fun cabinet. This particular cabinet is one of our all-time favorites. It's a corner cabinet. It has the display on the ends. It's just a really beautiful piece.
Oh,
we use it a lot.
That. It looks excellent. You can't help but notice these cute little chairs. You have these set up at a couple of your dining room tables. This is for the kids. Tell me about this.
We almost always sell a youth chair with our dining room sets. It's not a high chair, so the kids don't hate it. They don't get strapped into it, but it still does wrap them around and keep them at the table. Kids like it. It has a little footstool on it, and it just pulls right up to the table. So they kind of feel like one of the grown-ups, but it sits them up to where they need to sit.
Oh, excellent. Some really amazing elements that you can add to your own dining room setting. After this quick break, we'll be right back here on the Mountain Weekend Show to talk about the family room. You are back on Park City Television's Mountain Weekend Show, and I am joined by Lindy Allen, the owner of 4 Chairs Furniture. We're in the family room now because this is one of the most important aspects of a home. A lot of people come in your family room because it's usually the first room that they come to if they're visiting, or it's where you gather your family and your friends. You kind of want to make an impression with what you see here.
You want the first room that people see in your house to look a certain way. You want it to reflect your family, your personality, your style, your taste. When they walk in and see something that looks kind of like a mess or kind of just pieced together, they're like, oh,
they kind of
a mess.
Well, and part of that, I mean, this is a major room that you like to assist your clients with and helping fix up and adjust, like what you said, their personality, but sometimes it can be rather overwhelming when you're thinking of even approaching the idea of updating a room. How do you deal with that with your clients?
It can definitely be overwhelming, and the family room is really one of my favorite rooms to do. When approaching this with my clients, I usually tell them you have to start somewhere. Whether that is a color that you love, a picture that you found, a rug that you can't get your mind off of, a certain pillow, just something. You have to be able to start somewhere, and then you build from that. So say we were doing this family room, we would start with the fabric on the couch. Let's just say that was what I really loved. I really do love this fabric. It just gives you a little bit of a texture and a design without giving you like a really loud texture design on a whole sofa.
So you start from somewhere, like I said, in this case it's the couch. You guys actually make it very customizable for that individual client. You can do lots of changes with the couches and the pillows.
We actually do. We have thousands of fabrics that you can choose from, and not only that, we have thousands of frames that you can choose from. So you get to pick your fabric, you get to put it on your couch, and then you even get to go so far as to pick your leg style that you want, and then the color of your leg. So if you want a white leg or a dark black leg or a brown leg, and different legs really go with different couches. It's really funny how much just a color of the wood finish can change your whole look.
Lindy, you mentioned before how part of the reason where you started this business was because you wanted unique pieces that weren't provided anywhere else, and this couch is certainly unique. You have kind of the stripes, a stripe design going on here. Tell me about why it might be fun to step out from. You do provide neutral fabrics and colors, but this is a little different. It kind of sticks out a little bit more. How much more fun is that to kind of step out of that?
It's a little different, and it's interesting. The different people will choose different fabrics, and it really is fun to put a room together for someone with what they love versus me putting a room together for my own house. It's just a different feeling. So having a little bit of pattern in your couch is fun.
Don't be scared of it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, not only does it function better than a solid, it gives you more protection from, you know, stains and things like that. You don't see things, wear and tear, general wear and tear on a couch as much with a patterned sofa.
Oh, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Well, let's go over
It's-
pillows now. We're sitting in a huge
Bunch
of pillows. A sea of pillows. These are some really fun patterns we've got going on. Tell me about these.
Okay, so with doing design in picking out different fabrics and things, it's so fun to throw some florals with some geometrics and some solids and really just put it together exactly the way that people would envision their room having. Pillows are a great way to bring in extra color. They add an element of design that you really can't get with just doing other things in your room and just adding solid pillows. They're really fun. It seems like the signature piece in a room is almost always the extra pillows that you put on the couch.
Oh, I love it. And you speak of adding kind of that pop of color, I guess you could with a pillow. You can also do that with wallpaper, which hasn't always been as popular a couple years ago, but it's really making a comeback.
It's made a huge comeback just recently. We love to add the wallpaper. Even if you just do one wall in a room, it really adds such a different feeling, just a different texture to your wall, a different sheen to your wall. It's a fun thing to play with. We do a lot of wallpaper, a lot of different places, so it is definitely a fun thing. Here we've done a blue wallpaper with a red couch, and it really just adds to that whole feeling that we've created here. Just kind of this beachy feel on the coffee table, comes to the patterning couch, and then the wallpaper. It just is a fun thing to put together to create the feeling that you want.
In terms of wallpapers, they've really changed throughout the years in terms of the type of patterns that you get, but they also kind of hark back to previous decades while adding a more contemporary twist.
So true. You can go contemporary, you can go traditional, you can go a lot a lot with just your wallpaper.
And you provide a lot of different styles to choose from.
We have so much wallpaper.
A
Just
lot.
books and books. Just like
Very
our
cool.
fabric swatches, just like our leg choices, just a lot of options so that you can get what you want.
Oh, I love it. Well, you mentioned the coffee table right here in front of us. Let's go over some of the options that you have for these.
Let's talk about custom here. So with this coffee table, say I wanted it in black, we can do that. We want it in red, we can do that. Blue, any color you want. So not only that, but then we can add the level of distressing that we want too. So if we wanted this just a pristine, glossy white, we can do that. It just kind of pulls it more contemporary. If we want to sand it off a lot, like what we've done here with a white color, kind of leans more towards beachy. If you want to paint it jet black and put it in your, it can change the whole piece of feeling, or the whole piece of furniture, the whole feeling that the furniture gives you.
Exactly. And that can certainly add a whole new feeling to the room,
new
depending on the type of wood, like you said, and also the finish that's on that. Well, let's go over to another family room setup, and we'll talk about what's in that one.
Let's look.
Lindy, what I love about your store is that you are able to apply, of course, all these elements to many different settings. We were just in another family room. This is a new one with a completely different look. So first off, let's start with the patterns and colors that we've got going on here. What was your whole approach to this setup with the colors?
So a totally different look than the last setup that we were in. A little bit more of an urban style here. We just like to show different genres of what we can actually do, just so that people get a good taste for, you know what, we can do light and colorful, and we can do some more serious kind of urban trendy looks too. So here we have a simple gray couch, which I don't think you can go wrong with grays these days. There's so much gray in design right now that we're using. It just seems like to be the greatest new neutral that we've had for a really long time.
Well, you can add pretty much any color to it.
You can. Gray is a great neutral. So we paired it here with just some barely kind of greenish gold wallpaper, and it is such a fun look. Very soft, very subtle, very calm and easy to work around. So we put with a little bird pattern in the chair instead of on the couch this time. So we've got a very solid couch with some textury pillows and then some pattern in the couch, and then with a stripy rug. It just adds different textures, different styles together to form a room.
Well, and looking at this everywhere from the mirror you have, the side tables, the lamps, the center table, all the things set up, it really blends all together very well. And I like how it's kind of been a theme throughout our discussions where you can easily take out a color, say these gold yellow hues, and pop in a red or an orange or anything for that matter to change it up whenever you want.
Easily customizable. Some people like to change with the season. They like their pillows to match whatever the season feels outside. So in the fall time, they like the fall colors. In the winter time, they want to decorate with a lot of the turquoise and the red and greens that kind of make it feel Christmassy. And then in the spring times, let's go softer with some pastels and things like that. So this kind of setup, the neutral base, really makes it easy to be able to do those things with your home. It's fun.
It's a beautiful setup, and we're talking more right here at 4 Chairs Furniture. After this quick break, we'll be right back on the Mountain Weekend Show. Thanks for joining us here on the Mountain Weekend Show. I am joined once again by Lindy Allen. And Lindy, now we're talking about the bedroom space, or rather the master bedroom space. It is an often neglected area. I mean, it's a very personal area, and not very many people see it, which means you may often not put it first on your list when it comes to updating.
It seems like it's not even second on the list usually. Really.
Or on it. It's just on the last somewhere.
People have these homes with their kids' bedrooms done so cute, and their guest bedroom done up, and then you come to their master and you're like, really?
Is this the same house? I don't know.
I know. It is such a great space to be able to take and make into the retreat that a couple deserves to have in their home, honestly.
That's wonderful, and I love that word. It should be a retreat. The colors, the patterns, the feel of it should make it feel like a very welcoming space to have in your home. In terms of current trends that we're seeing right now for bedrooms, what's hot?
One thing that's really hot is upholstered headboards. We're sitting right next to one right now. Upholstered headboards are so functional in so many different ways, and then they're beautiful to look at. They allow a lot of different things to go on in a bedroom. You can do eclectic looking side tables and a different colored dresser, and they just let you do whatever you want with a bedroom. Another thing that people really like about them is if you're a reader in bed at night, you can sit against an upholstered headboard. I had a wood headboard for years, and it would hit me at the back of my head, and I hated it.
Why did I not change this before?
I like to read, you know, so it's really functional for that. It's great for if you're sick in bed. It just seems like it's just a little soft. Two, it's beautiful to look at. It's a very soft, it's very simple. I tell people in your master bedroom, you really should pick your very favorite color, and that's what we're going to accent within that room. So a lot of times we'll start with neutral, because you know what, if you finally do your master bedroom, chances are you're probably not going to be changing it soon. And so we'll start with a really neutral base, a very stained dressers or colored nightstands that are very simple to work around, and then add the pops of color after that. So here we've added a little bit of like turquoise blue to the bed. How easy would it be if my favorite color were orange to change out those pillows for orange pillows or gold pillows, or just really anything that I felt like was what I wanted in my master bedroom.
You've really simplified the process of making that happen. Like you said, it may not often be the room that gets that update, but after you do that initial update, it becomes easy after that. Once you could switch out the pillows, make some little changes. And I wanted to bring up too, this is a very light blue bedspread, but this is considered to be a neutral.
Right. Anything that's a color of nature, we consider a very good neutral to base your room around. So very light blue, like the sky is blue, a tan or a brown, like the dirt is brown. Green, like the grass is green. Those colors are very easy colors to work around. You find that a lot in design. So working around a very light blue, there is not a color that exists that you could not put with this blue. It's just a very easy thing. A lot of times we'll have clients paint their walls a light blue. It just really works with anything that you want to hang on it. So.
Oh, I like that, the light blue as a neutral. Let's go over end tables and kind of the mismatching that you can do with those to really bring out some different character in your room.
Right, so we can do kind of a dark, subtle, and a lot of times in a master bedroom we have the man to work around, right? So it can't be so cutesy. It has to be a little more masculine. A lot of times we'll do a stained nightstand. The same thing with the dresser. We really have the options to do a lot of things, really whatever you want. And adding lamps and things like that to your master, that's a great place to bring in a little bit of color. So if you have like a glassy blue lamp or a glassy red lamp, it's just a fun, easy way to dress up your nightstand that is going to be your nightstand forever, so we've done it neutral.
Oh, I like that idea very much. Well, this last item, we're sitting on it, this bench at the end of the bed. These are picking up in popularity.
They're very popular. We do benches at the end of master beds almost always when there's space. It's just great. It's great to be able to sit down and put your shoes on. It's great to be able to put pillows on at the end of your bed. It's great that when your kids come into your master bedroom, they aren't on your bed, they're on the bench, especially if you have a TV or mom's getting ready right there, things like that. So it really works.
Oh, I like that. Well, it is a lovely setup, like you mentioned before. I like the touches of green and the blues that you've added to this light blue and the whites. It's just lovely. And we're going to take a look at another bedroom, a kid's room, right?
Let's go.
This will be pretty fun. We'll go check that out. We just took a look at a wonderful master bedroom setup, and now we're in a kid's room. And what I love about children's rooms is that you can definitely add in a little more fun into them, because it is after all your child's personal space, and there is a way to satisfy both parents and kids when it comes to how you should decorate that space.
That's right. I think that kids' spaces really should be made for them, just like we were just in the master bedroom, and that should be the parents' favorite color. The kids' bedrooms can be the same thing, not in the way that they get to look through the paint color wheel and point to the paint color that they want their walls painted, but in a way that, you know what, blue is your favorite color and that's what you want to implement, or red is your favorite color and let's use that in your bedroom. So there are good ways to use kids' favorite colors and things that they love to do. Like for here, if for example we have a picture of a bike on the bed, a little pillow of the bike. So if your kids love to ride bikes, or if they love horses, or if they love gymnastics, there's little things that you can do to incorporate what they love into their bedrooms, which makes them happier in their little space that they have.
Well, let's mention the wallpaper in here too. It kind of has that subtle blue. If they like blue, you can integrate it into the wallpaper, right?
So let's say your kid's favorite color is blue. This is made up to be a little girl's room, and so we're able to use this darling wallpaper just to accent that and be able to implement that in the bedroom. So another thing you really see are the textures and the patterns that are very popular in the fashion world, or very popular in the furniture world.
You can't help but notice this. This is so great, this wardrobe.
It is so fun. So you see a lot of chevron prints in the maxi skirts and things like that. Those things transfer directly over to the furniture industry. So you really see matching. When people don't know what they like, when they don't know what they want their bedroom to be, I tell them, look in your closet. Look at your textures, your patterns. Pick out your favorite outfit. Why is that your favorite? It's a great place to start, especially for kids and teens that really don't know what they want.
I love that. And I love seeing, like you said, that transfer of what's popular in the fashion world that definitely slides over to the interior design world, and they really complement each other, and what's hot in one area will certainly pick up well in the other as well. I like that. Very cool. We're going to be talking about more in terms of accessories and lighting right after this break. Don't go away. You are back on the Mountain Weekend Show. We've just gone through a lot of beautiful setups that you have here at Four Chairs Furniture: dining rooms, bedrooms, the kids' rooms, and of course the family room, that focal point of your home. And to kind of spruce all these things up, you need some great accessories, right?
You have to wrap it in
mirrors,
together.
frames, great lighting. So let's do a brief rundown of what you offer here at Four Chairs. Let's start off with wall accessories.
Okay, so as far as wall accessories go, people get afraid to hang things. It's not very scary to hang things. You just have to kind of place them around on the floor as you're doing your room, and be sure of where you want something. We have a lot of accessories that we offer here at Four Chairs. Mirrors being huge. We do a lot of mirrors. We have fun, different styles, different shapes. Mirrors are a fun thing to add to a room. The other thing, we have a lot of magnet boards and cork boards, so you're able to display a lot of things. They're great for mudrooms, great for kitchens, things like that, where you want your kids' pictures hung up, or pictures of your kids, like snapshots.
You're using frames in a lot of really creative ways.
Yes, a lot of ways. Another thing we do is a lot of wall art. The wall art we carry here at Four Chairs is quality wall art. We only buy real art, meaning it has some texture and some shape and some dimension to it. We're really picky on what we carry, and so it's really, there's beautiful pieces, different things to help you complete your room.
Very good. Well, let's go over some table and end table accessories now. What are some ideas that we could put, say, in the master bedroom that we were in earlier?
So on tabletop accessories, you want it to be functional. So on a master bedroom side table, oftentimes we'll do lamps. That just seems to be like a no-brainer, really. Picture frames are great there. Little dishes for rings, wedding rings. Sometimes people don't like sleeping on those or with those on. Things like that for a master nightstand table. Then there's the end tables kind of in your family room and things. People think there always has to be a lamp, and sometimes you have a floater table that doesn't have a plug. You don't have to put lamps on those. You can put a taller picture frame with a little dish in front of it, little topper underneath it, and it's done.
I noticed you've got some vases in here with some flowers in that really adds to a room as well.
Yep. And sofa back tables are the same way. 2 lamps on a sofa back table just look phenomenal. It just adds light to a room. It adds some height behind your sofa. It's something that we love to do. When we're doing in-home design for our clients, we don't like to stress them out with having to pick every single thing. So when we do in-home design, we actually will just load up a bunch of accessories that will match with their room and place them for our clients, so they don't have to stress out about every little thing. We make it easy.
You're excellent at simplifying the whole process. And I wanted to mention really quickly why we chose this corner to show you guys. Tell me about this light right here. This is really unique.
I know. It's a fun pendant. We have a lot of different light fixtures at Four Chairs that we do offer. a lot of them are pendants. We do a lot of chandeliers. We do a lot of sconce lighting for walls. We even go so far as to do bathroom bars and full service lighting for your whole entire home. So, but we do always have a sampling of it in 4 Chairs Furniture. So you're able to add those fun, different lights to give your home that kind of designer feel. You don't have to change every single light in your house to match and have them be all the exact same. It's really fun to add a little bit of style and character with different light fixtures in different places.
Oh, wonderful. You get me excited to make some updates to some of those spaces in my place that you can really add your own character to while getting help from a professional like Lindy.
Really can.
You can really get a lot of help.
Can.
Well, thank you so much. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. To wrap things up, we'll talk more about the design services that Lindy offers. You're back on the Mountain Weekend Show. I'm joined by Lindy Allen with 4 Chairs Furniture. Lindy, thank you so much for taking us through your store. You have such lovely items, the furniture, the dining room sets, the family room sets, and all the great accessories that you can add into that. You have some wonderful design services that you're offering to our audience.
We do. We love to do design services. We definitely highlight them here at 4 Chairs Furniture. But also, I wanted to let people know that if you have a designer that you've worked with that you love, we more than welcome other designers, outside designers, into our store just to be able to assist them, assist you with your furniture purchases. We have no problem doing that. So we are a full-service design center, but we are also a full-service furniture store, first and foremost, always.
So if we want to get in contact with you, how do we go about doing that?
So we're online at 4-chairs.com. We have a lot of items online. They're welcome to shop, including the free shipping on rugs that we talked about. We also, if they want to email us, it's info@4-chairs.com. Or we're located at 150 South State Street in Linden, Utah. So it's just in Utah County.
That's right, and it's just right outside of Provo Canyon. Very simple to find. So thank you so much for joining us here at 4 Chairs Furniture, and thanks for joining us here on Park City Television for our Mountain Weekend Show.